Yo,
Hi, baby boy.
what's up, baby? Welcome to On the Couch with AK. I'm your host, Apollos.
And I'm Crystal.
You know what I'm saying? Fine, I like your nails.
Thank you, baby boy.
Already, baby. What's up? Talk to me. What's this episode going to be about?
So, I got a couple questions. Let me pull them up
Yeah.
real quick.
Bet, while you pull that up, I'm going to just inform, you know what I'm saying, how we've already done an episode 17. This is like backtracking in a way, but it's to keep us back on speed. This is episode 16, really, is what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's really good that we got 17 out the way at least. Because on the previous one, well, you'll hear it. We're saying episode 17, this and that, which is like totally out the wet because I was all the way wrong.
Right.
But yeah, well, talk to me, boo.
So let me just throw them at you because I'm not sure if they're like, you know, they tie into each other or not. I'm just throwing them out there because these are the questions that I have. So the first one. Okay, jumping right into it.
Yeah.
Got it? Hear me?
Yes.
Focused?
Yes.
All right. Who comes first? Your wife that you have no kids with, or your child's mother that you have a child with
Easily,
or children with?
your wife. Easily.
Obviously, say the same thing too.
Yeah.
But what is your reason behind that?
Because, like, speaking of the fact, right? Like, you're my wife, you're not a has-been or a back then type thing, right? When that ship sinks and the smoke clears, there is no obligation to, the previous person. Because, like, some people will say, well, you have a kid with the person. Well,
You got to make sure they're straight.
Well, the kid is the obligation, right? And your kid and your wife is the obligation. Not your kid and the ex is your obligation. That's what that is. So I say wife easily. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my wife is straight and my wife feels reassured over the relationship that I'm going to have to make sure that my son is good. That has nothing to do with her. I would never put the ex,
Right.
The child's mother before my own. That's weird.
It is. It's hecka weird.
But there are people that think like that.
Exactly that. Same reason why some people keep the last name from a previous marriage. Yeah. It's just really weird.
That is very weird. I think that the most, I don't know if that's like arrogance or pride or whatever, but it's like,
not none of that.
What is it then? Stupidity? Yeah. Delusion? Shoot, I don't know.
Not delusion. So I remember I've told you I've had conversations with people that randomly have came up to me. We're talking, coworkers, whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I still have my," I don't know,
bragging about the joint.
I don't tell nobody my business.
Okay?
Yeah. But well, I do the internet, damn. But people who see me day to day, like, so y'all just gonna have to guess.
No, on the internet though. You guys tap into the podcast. You tell all your shit there.
I don't tell nobody I have a podcast though.
They just find you on their For You page. That's how it works. You ain't gotta say nothing nowadays. You pop up on somebody's
anyway,
phone.
So if this person's listening, they're listening. If they're not, they're not. But a coworker.
Go ahead.
A coworker was telling me that they still have their ex-husband's last name.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is she with somebody else?
No. There you go. And that's why.
But go ahead.
Move on, baby girl. I'm just playing.
Move on.
But she said that because her kids, she has 3. I don't know, she has some kids. I don't know how many kids. Let me stop trying to make up some stuff. But she has some kids.
7.
Her kids have the same last name as her ex-husband, and she wants to have that same last name. She don't want nothing different. Yada yada.
I feel like that's an excuse. Sorry for butting in.
And like I understand that in a sense where you're lazy and don't want to get paperwork done.
That's what it is, though.
But like, shoot, the way I am, the way I feel, bruh, I don't want your last name attached to me. The hell? Like, had I had somebody's last name on me, even if I didn't have another situation I was stepping into, if I was just moving single for the rest of my life type
I'm erasing that.
I'm literally like, and let me snatch my name back.
No, for real though.
Yeah, let me take my name back because I'd rather have my father's last name than.
If I was someone, like I can't speak because like I would never give my last name, but like if I was ever in a standpoint to where like my last name was taken because of marriage, right? And I
Mhm.
know like, and then let's say that that ship has sailed, I'm changing my name as soon as I know that like I'm done. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The only reason why I would keep it is if it's like I just can't let go, right?
Right, because once you do that, that's like a stamp of like a keep it pushing, bruh.
No
You know, that's
facts.
like a all right, you didn't understand. Now you should
No
understand.
facts.
There is no ties, no attachments, whatever.
No facts.
Mhm.
With the yeah, no, you get. I get what you're saying. The no attachment thing. Yeah, to hold on to that's kind of weird. I mean, like, yeah, that's really
Yeah,
weird.
sometimes some people just use it as like that being just that little piece of like, oh, like I was there before.
That don't mean anything though,
Not at
because if we
all.
really being serious, like,
It's a little embarrassing.
it's hella embarrassing though, babe. Like for real,
I
for
mean,
real.
depending on the situation, yeah.
No, 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 ain't no dependent on the situation.
I was being
Well,
nice.
I'm not being nice though, because like to be honest with you, I've heard the excuse of like, oh, like I've heard people do that to keep the name because of the kids. Like in my head, it's
Okay.
like,
The only reason why I think you should not change it is if you have like a big name for yourself, right?
yeah,
Like
like
if you're
who, like Beyonce knows what, like Beyonce Carter.
I mean, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, but let's say for example, like Kim Kardashian had
Okay,
she changed it to
Kim Kardashian West.
yeah, like I understand if you have like too much tied into that and stuff and like your name is only associated with that last name and you know,
But
you
they hyphenated it type joint.
right, no, I know, but still like that's the only reason I can see like okay, maybe, but even those people be like
But here's the thing. No,
a quick switch.
they're quick to keep their own last name, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
but the reason is why because they already had stuff associated
I
and tied
see.
into that name.
Yeah,
So I understand when something's already tied and associated to that name, but
then
when
keep
it's
it.
not, like, what you doing,
We
bro?
regular, okay? We ain't no Hollywood folk. So
Mhm.
like, technically speaking, change your joint.
I know. So I'm gonna just give y'all advice. Anybody out there that got, any woman that got their ex husband's last name still, change it. It don't matter if you're,
Nah, just start
yeah,
fresh.
right. And then for, um, you know, men, if you have, I mean, you can't really do nothing about it if you're a man, but
No, you
like,
can't. Mm-mm. Trust me, you can't.
but a woman,
It can
yeah,
be
I would suggest
suggested,
that.
but it
I
can't be
personally know people
implemented.
that have been changing their last name and stuff after the fact, and I'm really proud. For
Yeah.
real.
Well, let's give a round of applause for those that have changed their last name because they have let that past go. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, for real, because that's a huge one.
Uh-huh.
When you decide to move on and you are able to tell yourself, you know what, I don't want any ties to this person because he's already been done with me. It's time for me to, yeah. But I mean, I don't even know how to ask you that question. Do I ask you the same question that you asked me? Because like, so I want to hear your point of view on it. I'm sure you'll say the wife comes before, a baby mom anyways.
Yeah, so your obligation is not to her, it's to that
Right.
child. So it just depends on the circumstance. For example, you're always going to make sure your child is straight, right?
Facts.
But like, I mean, you had a child with this person. You ought to trust them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in regards to them having the child, um, or children, however that goes. But I don't know, like when the kid or kids are too little to have like their own form of communication with you
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like yes, of course you have to be in contact with the other parent and stuff, but it's not you doing anything for them. It's not you
No.
being putting them first. It's not nothing. Like that's normal. That's normal stuff.
Facts.
But if you're then like oh, let me hurry up and oh, she needs me here for this, or oh,
Yeah.
she
No.
ran out of gas, so I got to go put gas in her
No.
tank, or oh oh
That
shoot, she
she needs her tire changed. She
yeah,
need.
my child is in that car and blah blah blah.
Then I will
I
pick up my
don't.
son.
Right.
I would pick up my son
Thank
and be
you.
like, "You can take care of it. Let me have
Right.
him for right now, so you can deal with your emergencies."
Right, because would it look like me having somebody change my tire because you know what I'm saying, or would
Yeah.
it look like you doing that for somebody?
No,
That's
I know.
weird.
I know.
That's heck weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
No.
that's my take on it. And I guess I'm gonna jump into the next question, which
Yeah.
it wasn't right after this. I literally just had pulled them from it. Just not in order. There was no order. But
Yeah,
anyways, this one says, should you pack your kids a bag when they're going to their other parent's house?
you can answer that one. I'll go after you. Should you pack it?
So I've been there, did that, and
Should you pack your
me and you
parents?
had like our differences
I
about
want to
it,
hear your opinion.
right?
Go ahead.
So
That's why I asked you
you
first. So
didn't like
go
the fact
yes.
that I used to do that.
Go ahead and answer the
I
question.
am answering it,
Hey, you
baby.
right here.
So I used to do it. I don't agree with it now. Before,
So why did you agree with it before?
because I've never dealt with that situation before, and my thing was this person has never done it. I was a stay at home mom. I did it all the time by
Mm-hmm.
myself, 24/7. This individual didn't know how to do it. He didn't know what to put on them. He didn't know what size they were. He didn't know nothing about them.
So is
And
that the same?
my thing was always like when my babies are outside, I do not want them looking crazy. And he gonna
Facts.
have these kids looking crazy, and them kids are a part of me. They're a
Yeah.
reflection of me, right?
Even though they're with the other.
Thank you. You're right, but you're wrong, right? You see
How?
what I'm saying? Because they are a reflection of me, but at the end of the day, they're a reflection of him when they're with him, and then they're a reflection of me when they're with me.
Correct.
But it took me a minute to understand that, because I'm just like really overbearing and protective.
Yeah.
Like, I want to take care of my babies. I always make sure my babies look straight. I always make sure my babies are cute and whatever.
Mhm.
But when they're with him, they don't have the hair dead or they're mismatching or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
And I was not having that. My girls is not. I have 3 little girls. I'm not gonna have them out here looking like a mess, right? But then it just came to the point where it was like not helping. I mean, you remember what I used to do? I used to put it in Ziplocs, like all their clothes in them gallon-sized
I
Ziplocs.
remember.
Very organized. I used to say all of Nani Poo stuff.
Yeah.
Pajamas in one
Yeah, it was
Ziploc.
like
The next
yeah.
one is day one. The next
Yeah.
one is day 2,
Uh-huh.
nighttime, daytime. This is an extra,
Yeah. A
pair
pair
of
just in
clothes,
case.
a
But you know what that
swimsuit,
did?
and it was
The
just
reason why I
like,
disagree with it is because it makes it makes it makes it to where he's no longer stepping up to the plate type joint.
thank you. But at the time, I wasn't even like taking note of that. I was just like, oh, my girls are straight and it's because of me. But if the girls were straight, they were thinking, people on the outside were thinking, oh, it's because he's taking care of them. Really,
You
real
get what I'm
talk, it was
saying?
because of me.
Because think about it, he was bashing you as a mom,
Mm-hmm.
and he was bashing you as a mom, and then and not even that, like yeah, it was straight up the mom thing, and then even as a girl type thing, you know what I mean? But to bash someone as a mom, but then like you literally have a stress free time when you're with the girls. It was like one of those things where it's like, no, like the obligation needs to be thrown, like type
Mhm.
joint. You know what I mean?
I
Because like
mean,
it wasn't a because y'all know, at that time it was like one of those things where it's like y'all not in no 50-50 relationship. It should not be no I help you out, for your time. No, you know what I mean?
I used to send them with groceries
All
and
of that
everything.
until they got thrown.
Man, I used to send them with everything they needed. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be there for 2 days.
Yeah.
Let me make sure they're straight.
Oh, I
I
recall.
mean, he took the girls to New York, remember?
Yeah.
And what did we send them with? I sent them with everything.
you
I
actually
packed
packed the
their
whole thing.
entire
Yeah, you
suitcase
did.
up. I literally packed their entire suitcase up, put all their everything organized and
Mm-hmm.
in their in the categorized gallon size Ziplocs, like ridiculous. Like I do this stuff.
No,
I've
that's
been
dope.
doing it all my life, but it was I had to come to a point where it's like he started being like real picky, like
No, he was
you know,
he was
not
bashing.
caring, like literally like letting them play in their brand new shoes rather than
That was
them
the
being,
thing.
the out shoes. And then I also sent them with play
Yeah.
shoes. Like I sent them with good shoes all the time. And
I do
then
remember
he
that
would,
though.
in my opinion, bring them back like crazy. And the girls would say, I tried to change them, but he said just leave them on.
Yeah.
We're gonna go play
Yeah.
baseball or whatever. And he told me to just leave those on.
Yep.
They're brand new shoes, bro. Why
Yeah.
don't you let them put
Yeah,
on their
I remember that.
play shoes?
Put on the play shoes.
Purposely doing it. So then I had to stop.
Well, it was purposely. It was
I
like,
know.
no, like they'll take care of that. You know what I mean?
So it had to be like, okay.
The reason
cool.
why my train of thought is, what was it? Something about pack the bags. Would you pack the bags or whatever? How you feel about it? Yeah, I would. I don't think I would. I would
And
ever.
I wouldn't get the clothes back too.
That's the reason why I won't, because there's been plenty of times that Papito has been with the other parent, and like I have not had any of that return back, whether it be
I know.
socks, drawers, pants,
Mhm.
shirts, shoes, and all the stuff. Here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Me as Poppy, like I get down with the fashion, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he stepped into his light, like you can tell, like all right,
Mhm.
like his father black, you know what I mean? Like whenever he's
Right.
with me type thing. So like I wear that with pride. So like whenever I would send him with that stuff, or even when he was visiting when he was visiting, It's like one of those things where like, where my stuff at? And I get him back, and he got on like some overalls or
Or
something like
no
that.
shoes.
Or no shoes.
Yeah,
Or
he's coming back with no
no,
shoes.
for real though. Or the socks don't fit him, or the underwear is like not underwear that he likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's real particular on
He
what he likes and
is.
doesn't like.
So like what that was doing was just like the Notorious B.I.G. shirt. That joint was fresh. I remember when he first got his haircut joint, right?
Mhm.
It was a Notorious B.I.G. shirt, and I think that we sent him off with it
Mhm.
or something like that. I haven't seen it back since.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'm not an advocate of that because what it does is more than likely, step one, it'll probably stay where it's at and it'll
Mhm.
get variety, right?
Mhm.
But you won't get it returned back. So everything that I'm making sure that is fashionable for, Papito to make him look like, a young fresh king that he is, it's not getting reciprocated. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And there was a time, remember recently I tried to send him with a backpack that had like his phone, so I can communicate it with him. And I think it had something else in there, like as far as like,
He had another coat and stuff.
you get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? All that stuff thrown back at me. So like
Mhm.
in my head, it's like, nah, all right, I'm not doing that because that just causes issues. You
It
know what I mean?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So just keep peace. In
mm,
order to keep the peace, like
you keep
I
your own.
my advice to people who are dealing with this for the first time or just freshly out of situations, making it to where you are sharing your children, send them back and forth with, their clothes that they bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
Send them back with that same clothes or with clothes.
Yeah.
If you're switching the clothes out or whatever that
Yeah.
they brought from the other parent's house. That's what I do. That's what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. It would avoid all issues.
Yeah,
Like
whatever
I've
they come
had,
with, I kind of just send them back with
yeah,
it.
I've had it to where like technically, I've had shoes thrown at me because they did not like the shoes they was wearing because in their head, I mean in the other parent's head, those shoes don't look good on him. They don't fit him. Like what? That's not. He likes those. He loves these shoes a lot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like so, yeah. I definitely think as co-parenting thing, if you got your own aesthetics that you have your children in, when they go to other parents, send them in something that like you really don't mind them wearing whenever they're out in public or don't mind it getting lost.
Hmm.
And we have that set of stuff for him now, and even for the girls. It's like okay,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
yeah, so that's a good one though.
Yeah. This is another thing. Um, this is off of that. We're going off of the children's thing. Okay.
Bet they hit.
Uh, we have this thing where it's how soon after dating should you start sharing locations?
Mm. How soon after dating?
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be a conversation that happens on the first date if y'all serious about each other.
On the first date, you're crazy.
Yeah,
You are
I'm for
crazy.
real
I
though.
would never on the first date. You got me messed up.
Well, as a woman, I don't think you will probably see it from my point of view. But as a man who technically is inviting you on a date, clearly I got interest in you. And if I'm choosing to date you out of
So
whatever,
then you're gonna have to switch your location too. A lot of people are not okay with that.
a lot of people may not be.
It's not you just getting somebody location and we
I,
cool. Like,
I don't, not maybe not the first date, but a build up. So let's say the first date is a build up to the first date, right? Like we've been texting for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? We've been chopping up on
mm-hmm.
FaceTime. And then our first date together where we're officially like, oh, okay, like this is our first time outing. Now we can talk about it. Yo, so what is this?
That's
Is this
still the
boyfriend again?
first
I don't
date.
care.
No, that I don't. I
Look,
don't. I don't agree with that
I
at
hear you
all.
then.
No.
I might be a little OD, but
Yeah,
whatever.
you on the nutty side,
I
baby. That's
guess. I
crazy.
guess.
That's
Yeah. I'm
wild.
serious though.
No,
When do you think is the right one?
hell no.
When do you think is the right one? Right time?
Not a date, not after one date. So I would say, for real, I would say, after you start dating, probably within like 3 months or something.
Why 3 months though? What if you only go to like one date in those 3 months or 2 dates in those 3 months? Is 3 months like the officiating of we now date after 3 months, or is it like 3 months like we've been consistently talking to each other, consistently seeing each other?
From whenever you say like, oh, like we
We
together,
finna
we
do
go
this.
together.
See,
Yeah.
I got you. So that's why I said like probably as you know what I'm saying, as a beautiful woman, that's probably like a thing to where like in your head it's like I can I'm gonna well the thing is as the man's gonna lead the joint, right? You kinda already gotta follow, right? So as a man, like to be honest with you, and I'm stepping like that, like I'm going out of technically my way to make sure we have a date. And I'm not saying no date like we finna go to whatever, like a little small thing. I'm talking like let's say we going on a legit date where we get nice, we dressed up, we finna be looking at each other's eyes for like 3 hours and having conversations after we done already chopped it up before.
We didn't share exchange locations on the first date.
Well, this ain't about me and you.
Well, I'm just saying, what would you do? You didn't present that either, I don't think.
No, that happened that happened when that was 3 months
Yeah.
later. 2 months later.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. I didn't present it to you though.
2 months later.
Hold on.
2 months later.
Are you sure?
We started sharing locations 2 months after dating.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the first day was an NBA game, and I took you there anyways. Then after that, we saw each other every day. So really, did we need
That
to
was
share
2 months.
locations? We really did need to share locations. We were with each other every day, every night, whatever. So like, that ain't even that. So after those 2 months, then cool, that's where it made sense to do so. But me personally, if it was up to me, as like a single man dating a single woman,
You didn't bring it up to me though.
I never did.
You didn't say like on the first date. You're like, "Hey, we should start."
No, you brought it up to me,
we
though.
should start sharing locations. No, it was no at 2 months. You had left or something, and I was like,
No,
or
I was
you had
about to
came.
leave.
No, you had just came back.
I thought I was about to leave.
Nope, you had just came back. Mhm.
Okay.
And I was like, "Yo, all right, you had just came back into Michigan. You had just put into Grand Rapids. You didn't even make it to your house yet.
No, are we talking about the nighttime or daytime?
Daytime. I mean nighttime.
Nope. There was a time before that you were sharing.
No.
Yes. I'm telling you. I remember. Because that was the second time, right? The first time, it was already a situation. I'm put this on my life. I'm telling you, I remember, baby. So it really was a month. Because I went back before that first time. Remember?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
We
it wasn't
did.
being shared. No.
On my soul. The reason why I know, baby, because I know. I literally know. You know what? My phone's recording. I know.
Okay.
Trust me.
Oh, when you went to Houston.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 2 weeks. That's scary.
So who's crazy?
We were only dating
So
for
who's
2
crazy
weeks.
then?
Oh my.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Exactly. So here's the synopsis, folks.
That was you though. That
My
wasn't
baby
me.
girl. No. It was not me. I promise you, it wasn't.
Aw.
But you know what? It's good we all, we painted the whole thing about the who's crazy, who not.
Ugh,
Now,
no,
you know what they say?
crazy.
Whenever you point a finger, 5 or 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you
4
count, Mug?
4 are pointing right back at your ass.
Oh,
And that's exactly what
no.
it was. Because I know that. And that wasn't even a week. That was a couple of days. Met you on a Thursday. I left on a Sunday. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Oh yeah, because that's how I was able to see.
Stop playing with me.
That's how I was able to
Okay.
see some stuff. Yeah.
See some stuff. What the fuck? You stupid. But yeah, stop playing with me though. Right?
Yeah.
So who right? So who's crazy though? Let's go back to that question.
You
No,
so crazy.
you are. Because if you think about it,
Next question.
I said this. Because here's the thing. There wasn't even no first date yet. Right?
No, there was.
No.
Yes.
Give me a
There
code
had
word.
to have been.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know.
There wasn't.
I'm gonna do some brainstorming
How about
after
you?
this podcast. I'm about to do some brainstorming. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna do some brainstorming.
Baby,
after this.
look, baby.
All
Here's
right,
the thing.
cállate.
Nah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you call it? What you call it?
How about this?
What? What's up?
This question says my husband won't give me his password.
Not you trying to skip the joint, eh?
Tú
I'm still
cállate.
talking. Hold on,
My
real quick.
husband won't give
So
me
look,
his.
in the November
Oh
joint,
my
it was a couple of days, so there
gosh.
wasn't no first date. So back to my answer. After the first date is when you should do that. So you looked at me like, nah, I say 3 months. For you, Mal, it was 3 days or 4 days.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing brainstorming. Now can I talk?
No. Let's wait. Next question.
My husband
husband.
won't give me his password, and we've been married 10 years. What advice would you give? What? What advice would
My
you
husband
give
would not give me
to a
their
female?
password. There is no advice. You're stupid. Not stupid, but like
You're rude.
I'm very rude, actually. Yeah, no, there's no advice.
None at all. You don't have nothing to say. All right, I'll touch
Leave
on
it.
this then.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave the situation.
Uh huh.
Start
So
plotting your escape plan. But how you wait that long?
yeah. So to me, I mean, who I don't know what the situation was, right? But I'm just saying, like, let's say if I've never, this has never applied to me. I'm just saying, um, if you're asking somebody for the password or whatever, first of all, you shouldn't have to ask at that time point in time. You should have your Apple, ID thing with
See,
you.
here's the thing. They said the passcode, so maybe they got an iPhone 3G. They
Or
probably have.
whatever it is. Point is, if you don't have access to their phone, I'm turning up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So if you don't have that and you ask them for it and they say no or give, in some cases it's not a no, it's more so like, oh, it's because of this, or oh, well, I don't think that you should because, or I don't think because, whatever excuses or lame uh thing they say about why they're not going to give you that password.
Uh huh.
To me, it's like, if you don't give it to me now, like, all right, now you just by yourself. To me, that's a reason to divorce.
I do agree with
Yeah,
that.
big time. Like, I mean, I don't want to say divorce. You're leaving somebody,
No, but yeah, but
Divorce,
to be
marriage
in
should
there
take a
10
little more
years
work, but
and you ain't got no passcode though.
yeah, that's
That's
wild.
why I said stupid.
I'm not saying they tried for 10 years to get this passcode. I'm saying, like, they just so happen to want it after 10 years.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Either that couple old because they definitely ain't young. Because if they were young, they
You
would have
don't know
easily.
that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think you know that, baby. No, I didn't care to look through phones before I met you.
Mm,
I didn't care. I'm not saying I didn't still.
you
Like, I
said
still
you
made phone calls. I still, like, went if I needed to search something up real quick for
right.
myself, or
So you wasn't
I
like
need to
you.
order something real
It's
quick.
not
And
that you were looking through phones. You still had access to a phone,
right.
right? So like technically speaking, you're not clicking on it like, ooh, let me go to this app. Let me go
Yeah,
to
let
this.
me see what's going
But you
on.
still like,
Mhm.
let me go to music and search up something. And if something
Yeah.
pop up so happen, you are going to probably go like, okay, what's that? Oh,
I
what's
mean,
this?
obviously.
Right.
Mhm.
So like your job wasn't going through phones, but your job was you had access.
Right.
In this situation, they don't have no access
Mhm.
at all. So
Mhm.
to go 10 years without any access, stupidity. That's what I think. I'm going through phones. I don't give a fuck. I've been this way since I was 13,
Wait, for
14.
real?
Mm-hmm. Since I
Nah.
was 14 or 15 for sure.
Are you
I'm beyond
serious?
serious. I don't.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Ninth grade. What's that? 14 or 15? 15.
Mhm.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah. No. That's that's too easy. Like what we talking about? Oh,
Right.
we're dating. Oh, bet.
Right.
Say less.
So I was never like that, but I would suggest that people who aren't like that get hit. Do it.
Yeah. You know what's
Yeah. Do what you
crazy?
gotta
Let
do.
me tell you this though. I got story time. A little story time. There's this dude. It might pop up on the algorithm, but who cares? No, it probably won't because this won't be a clip. Whatever the case is, there's this dude. He had a situation where his girl had a social media accounts, IG, Facebook, Snapchat, and he ain't had none of them. And I had asked him, I was like, why don't you have one though, bro? And he's like, I don't care about none of that. He was like, I don't need to do that, bro. I don't need that type of stuff for reassurance, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh okay. I was like, but she got it though. He's like, yeah. I was like, and then the thing is, there was another younger person in the office too with me, type joint, right? We're all three chopping it up,
Okay.
and so he goes, so the dude goes, huh? And like this is another dude from like a younger generation where they use Snapchat and IG as like their mingling type thing. And Snapchat got that delete 24 hours thing or whatever the case may be. So he tells him, he's like, you might need to go through that type of stuff. He's like, what? How does that stuff work? I was saying, bro, I was like, you literally can add somebody on there based off of location and be chopping them up and all that type of stuff. He was like, yeah, right. That type of thing. And so then the younger dude was like, no, like, if you think that your girl's all that, da da da, go through it and really see what's up. Right? No,
Oh
real talk.
man.
And I'm telling him, like, yeah, bro. I was like, I don't even see how you can let that stuff slide out. I was like, she had all these social media accounts and you ain't got none, and you ain't even care to make a fake page. Like, at least make a fake page and do some shit. You know what I mean? So, long story short, he said that they've been arguing lately. No, I'm not gonna make this long story short. They've been arguing and whatnot. She goes out of town, like to Toronto or somewhere, with one of her friends or whatever the case may be. I'm not spoiling the story. So she goes out of town with a friend. He knows that she went out of town with a friend, but the friend he knew was a girl, right? He's like, okay, like that's a girl that you gonna go out of town with. And she was there for a minute. And then when she got back, they were arguing, that type of thing. And that's why he kind of came to me for advice. And I kind of was like, man, like maybe she don't like that you don't post her and stuff like that. And he was like, no, I don't have social media. That's how we got into that conversation. And then the young dude was like, yo, he went on his app on his Snapchat. He's like, let me show you where to go to. He said, he showed her how to go to hide stories or hidden stories. He showed him how to go to hidden pictures or something like that. And then he showed him how to look for like the score or some, the points or whatever the case may
Mhm.
be. It was a bunch of stuff, right? Long story short, they go out to eat. He asks, "Can he see your phone?" And she goes, "Yeah." Because get in mind, she knows he ain't hip to like social media accounts, right? This man went through Snapchat. He went to the IG. He found out that she didn't go to Toronto with a girl that was a friend. Instead, it was somebody else that she used to talk to.
You a
I'm
lie.
beyond serious.
Oh.
I'm beyond serious. I'm
Oh
beyond
my.
serious. Get in
What?
mind, this person is somebody that he left somebody to be with, right? Like legit. And like he like was sure in his head that like that was mine type shit, right?
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, so that happened and then he comes back. But at this point, like a whole life changed. Like I remember this person being jittery and happy. And now the life is totally different from what it used to be, or whatever the case may be. But he comes in, he's really depressed and pretty much just saying, like, bro, I found this, I found that, I found this, I found that. And he was like, what should I do? I'm like, dog, like,
Easy. Too easy.
yeah, really easy. Like,
Mhm.
leave that. And he was like, no, man. He's like, this is almost like 2 years of this. I'm like, I don't care, bro. I was like, that's a lot, bro. I was like, that means that this whole time you are living a lie, technically, right? Like, all those happy moments in your head that trigger, that's all fake, bro. All of that. And then, uh,
Wow, that's
it's wild.
crazy.
Okay. Really wild.
Oh, that's sick.
So, but here's the thing though. After he caught all of that stuff, he brought it up to her, right? That night or whatever before they were laying down. And then she got really mad and all that type of stuff and saying that you don't believe me. And all that, like the guilt tripping type thing, the playing the victim, but you
Right.
are the one that's
Yeah,
victimizing
you
somebody.
know. We know.
No, you know.
I said we know.
Yeah, we definitely do know for sure. But not like, yeah, and it goes like really, really, like they had a huge argument. And then fast forward time, he comes back and he's kind of like, man, he's like, and now like she don't want to be anything with each other. I was like, dang. I was like,
Oh
all that because
my.
you found some stuff,
Ah.
right? So yeah,
He was making her life easy, is what it was. She was easily doing
yeah.
everything, just
I'm
happily,
talking about doing
you know.
everything. So the hidden pictures, I ain't talking about that. Hidden pictures, those of other dudes. You know what I mean? Yeah, on her
What?
hidden story or hidden pictures. I think there's like a hidden picture thing where, because
Right.
he had asked her, he was like, "What's your code to your hidden photos?" And she didn't tell him. Is what it was. And then he was like, "No, I want to know your code." And then
Mm.
she went ahead and was like, "All right." And then yeah, so all of that, you know what I mean? Crazy, right? So fast forward time, he asked me to set him up an account, what I'm saying, on IG and stuff like that. And I didn't set him up for it, but I was letting him know what he should do. Get in mind, this is like months later, still the same, like, that type of thing, right? Gets off the program, and I don't know where he's at, like legit. But I helped him get off the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, crazy story, crazy story.
That's wild.
Oh,
That's
it's wild.
sick.
But it's more to it though. Cause imagine like a young dude telling you, nah, bro, you might want to check that. Like a young dude, right? And he telling you where to go, and then in his head's like, all right,
I know
bet.
he remembers that moment for the
Yeah.
rest of his life. He
Yeah.
remembers that moment there in
The way he
that
described it, they
office.
were out to eat. It was a nice little dim restaurant. And he literally was like, hey, like, can I see your phone right now? Type thing. She was like, yeah. Gets to it. And then he goes to the app. Because remember, he don't really know much about these apps. Imagine not knowing about these apps, right? He clicks on it, he goes exactly where your page goes. Can you give me
Sick.
your
Sick.
code to your photos? That type of thing.
Oh,
It's crazy. So
sick.
on that case,
Oh my
I will
gosh.
forever, I will never ever let a day goes by that I'm not aware of my surroundings, and I mean
Right.
that in all ways. I'm not aware of my surroundings, and I'm not aware of like social media accounts and all that extra stuff that goes on.
Right.
Not for real.
Ooh, have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah, I was a
You
kid though.
have?
Yeah, yeah, I
Really?
was like 16 or
Oh my
17,
gosh.
15.
How'd you
Or
find
16.
out?
I found out. Here's the thing, though, right? I don't even think it was like a cheat on thing. It was just more. Yeah, it was a cheat on thing. The
I
way
mean,
I,
that's what you considered it. And so at the time, yes, it was
right,
that. Because when we were younger,
right.
I mean,
It was like a cheating on like, oh, you was taking pictures with these people type joint.
yeah.
But it wasn't like nasty pictures. It was just like, why you out here like somebody hand over you? You know what I mean? Why is somebody
Oh,
hand over you? Like a Chris
oh.
Brown meet and greet.
You so.
No cat. So yeah, I have been cheated on, and I remember how I found out. I found out because in the summertime, what you call it? I logged into my Facebook account. Did a little search for the name, and it popped up photos of this person, and then there was one on a cruise, and then the cruise was like a picture of like a bunch of people, right? They're all just sitting there like doing the deuces, but this one dude had his arm over her. So my head was like, who this?
You little hoe.
Not
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
who
how you
is?
feeling.
And then I clicked on his page. He ain't even from where we from. Like, he from a whole another side of the earth type joint. You know what I mean? And like all his pictures on his page, he got like shirt off. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Single dude type vibes. But he was the only one that had his arm over her type
So
shit.
it's like you was out here wilding.
Yeah, in my head, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about back in the day, you got MTV. What's the joint? Jersey Shore. You got all them type of shows that came out. So you think about the wildest stuff that could have happened.
You out of pocket. Calm down.
It probably wasn't even that like that, right? Like, but
Well,
no,
you don't know.
no, you don't know. But true, I definitely thought like, okay, it was definitely some wild stuff, right? What about you?
Dang. So what'd you do though?
What I did was they didn't have screenshots back then. I think what I ended up doing was, oh, I had messaged her and I was like, who's boom 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 boom, and she was like,
That's something you gotta do in person so that you get their like
but you a kid
their
though.
reaction right there and
Not
then
at
type
15.
stuff.
At 15, you can't really get nobody in person, right? Like, you can't pull up
Right,
on nobody.
yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's so what you call it? It's like, who's blah blah blah. She's like, oh, a guy that I met on the cruise or whatever. I'm like, guy you met on the cruise? What y'all do? You know, it's like nothing. We all hanged out. Like, he was there with his brothers and cousins, and I was there with my friends. And my head's like, yeah, y'all cheated. That's disgusting. Like, yeah, y'all did
Right.
something.
Y'all was hot in the pants at that
Right.
age.
No, for real. Yeah. So yeah, and in my head, yeah, I was like, yeah, all right, say less. So that whole summer, look, that whole summer, I was like, let me stop. That whole summer, I was just really on some like, man, forget it. Like, and I remember going into my senior year or junior year, like, bro, forget all this, bro. Like,
This man was heartbroken.
yo, for real. I remember legit moving, like missing meals at the house. I remember mom being like, food's ready. Paulos, get out the room. I'm like, what? Like kind of like pissed at the world, cause like how did that slip through my cracks? Like, what was I not doing right? You know what I'm saying? But you ain't doing nothing. You a kid. What can you do right?
Right.
You can't take nobody out to eat. You can't spend more time with this person. You know what I mean? You're a kid. But it's because I saw my mom and dad like love so hard, where it's kind of like what am I doing wrong? I don't know. But what about you? Have you ever been cheated on?
Not that I was aware of. No.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a blessing. It's a blessing with God on your side. You cannot regret it.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nah.
Where we at? Where we at?
I don't know where we at. You talking about time?
Yeah.
I definitely don't have the
Oh
time.
my god.
I know
Oh,
we're
I'll
probably
tell you.
I think we're on good
I think
time
I'll
though.
be able to tell you. Maybe.
That girl said she ain't never been cheated on. We know that's good.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
No. After the fact, after I left this.
We don't need to do all that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I found out that the homeboy was going to strip clubs, paying for dances and
So there we
doing
go.
this, that, and the third, paying for
That's crazy.
homeboys to get dances with them, to
That's crazy. That's
doing
wild
all
work.
that, like literally, like
That's wild work. Do you consider that cheating? That's like,
no,
yeah, I
that
know.
to me that is
No, it is.
cheating for sure.
It is.
That is cheating. You're not gonna be out here wilding, whatever.
If you get
but-
lap dances, that's cheating. First off.
no, that is definitely going to strip clubs and stuff like
Yeah, that's
that,
cheating.
doing all that, and your girl not present. Yeah, you wilding, you bugging. But at the end of the day, like for real, be one, I did never even expect that. I literally when I found out 10 years later, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know when it happened, but I found out. I'm like,
Was it a shocker for you?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because not once did I ever see one sign of cheating.
Yeah.
But how not though? Then after that, it was like that white girl that meme that she's doing the math in the air. She's doing
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So then after like I got told that, I'm like, nah,
So then you start thinking about
what?
every
I
aspect.
and I wasn't hurt. It was more so like a no, for real. Oh, so that's like when so and so said this, that must have been that's all it was
Uh,
doing for me. And it was like, bruh, you was on your dog stuff for years and I didn't know
no,
because I'm
yeah,
out here being a home
yeah.
mom. Yeah, I dedicated my years of my life being just a mom.
No,
And
that's
I
good.
was so prideful and just
I know
being
you
like,
will.
like I'm the best mother there
No, you
is out
are.
here.
You still are.
For real, I always was like, I prided myself in you'll never see my girls out here with their hair not slicked or outfit
Facts.
stained, none of that.
No, yeah,
And they
you
always had
mentioned
I
that.
always had like an excess of what they needed in their diaper bags and their my carry out bags or
Facts.
whatever. But I don't know. I don't know how I missed it.
I don't know how
I
either
don't know how I
because
missed it. This man went out every night.
listen,
I don't know how I
I came in
I'm
your
stupid.
life. I came in your life, and automatically I was like, "What is he like?" I was like, he was like, "What?" And then I started like kind of like catching little drifts. I'm like, "Oh nah,
Listen, I'm telling you, went
hey,
out every night. I'm telling you, worked. I I would have food made, right? This man would come to the crib and I'm like, "Oh, your food's hot. You have a hot plate of food, whatever."
yeah,
"Oh, well, I'm finna go out to eat with so and so, blah blah, with my boys, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, okay." Like I so was like, what that is not stupidity. What that is someone that's never been broken before.
Hmm.
For real, to me, that's what that is. It's an individual that has not went through heartbreak,
ah,
has not went through being wrongly done. They have not. They have too much trust and
nah,
like I had way too much trust. I'm like, nah,
yeah, it could be. I mean, it
nah,
could
he
be
be
that.
all right. Nah,
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'm not saying it's stupidity. I do think it's a little bit of like, what do you call it?
and it was arrogance.
It's
I feel
called no, it's
too.
called bliss, right? Like ignorance is bliss, is what it
Yeah.
is. Because not calling you ignorant, all right? You're
I mean, no,
amazing.
but I mean,
It's
I
what
was
it
in a different
is.
place in my life. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. Like, what I don't know won't hurt me. I didn't know that at
But
the time, though.
you knew where the
No, so like in my head, right? I was so. I've always been like a humble person, but I mean arrogant in the way that I treat people. Okay,
mm,
I was so arrogant. Like I'm a perfect mom. I'm a
you are.
perfect girl. I take
You
care of the
are.
house.
You
I'm
are.
always, everything is super straight all the
That's
time. You
facts.
can't complain about crap. So
Uh-huh.
I know, you know what I'm saying? Why would somebody cheat? Cause like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Look what you're gonna take a L on if you cheat.
Facts.
So I remember even having conversations like, they'll be like, oh, what if they're actually not with their friends? What if they're actually, at the club right now or whatever? And I'm literally like, nah, cause he know what he got at the crib, so I know he. That's arrogance,
Yeah,
yo.
no, it
That's mad
is.
arrogance. That's
It
like,
is. It's bad arrogance.
why would you? Now I'm like,
It's bad
I'm not.
arrogance.
Yeah, you gone for a little bit. You say you finna put gas in, and I'm like, actually, right here it said you went inside the damn
No, facts.
gas station, and why are you
No,
not
for
back?
real.
Yeah, no, but
You know
back
how I know that's
then it was
arrogance? Because
like,
I was told nobody will ever love you like me. It's like, like what?
it's like you're damn right.
It's like what?
They love me better.
No, for real. Like we can all warm up our own TV dinners. Like what you talking about?
Anybody can make a hamburger. Helper.
Anybody, anybody can order DiGiorno pizza. DiGiorno pizza. That's a frozen pizza.
I don't know that.
No, but for real. Yeah, no, for real. Remember I was doing Dinnerly? You remember that?
Oh my god, I do remember
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Like, but here's the I've always had that.
I remember you FaceTime. Let me shut up.
No, go ahead. Let me hear it. This motherfucker.
And you like, look at this shit. Look what I have to. Excuse my language,
Yeah.
but that's what you told me. Like, look what I have to work.
That was back when I used to
it was
cuss a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Thanksgiving.
I'm a Christian
It
artist
was
now.
Thanksgiving, and you were
Oh,
yes.
man, listen to me. Let me tell the
Nah.
Thanksgiving story.
Oof, yeah. Well, yeah.
You remember them?
No, I wasn't on FaceTime.
No. You were not.
Yeah, I wasn't on FaceTime.
But you remember the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
It was the TV dinner mac
I
and
remember you
cheese.
slapped it on the counter.
I said, look what's for Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, but I'm saying that is arrogance because I'm telling you, like, it was legit
It is
rubbed in my
arrogance.
face.
Yeah.
Like you would never be loved like with
I
me.
didn't talk like that
Who
though.
who
So it's
can love
crazy
you?
that you got
Who
talked to
can
like
love you
that.
better than me? Like what? Boy, you wish. Like legit. Like
That's arrogance without having shit to back it up with,
yeah,
though.
that's what it is.
I had arrogance and had everything to back up with.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
do.
crazy.
Crazy. But I have. But let me tell the audience, I have not ever been loved the way I've been loved, and
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer that this woman here
I'm
is
gonna
really
always love
amazing.
you with
Girl,
all
we
of
know.
me. Well, all of me.
You
I'm
give me
obsessed with you.
hope.
Cut it out.
Give me hope. That's how John Legend sing though. Oh my mama, he sound like that. Give you hope.
Nah, he don't sound like that.
Of me.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Crazy. So yeah.
Dang.
Ignorance is bliss is what that
That's
comes to.
arrogance for real.
Oh, it is.
But see, I didn't even consider myself arrogant back then. It was more so like, no,
Like,
I'm a good girl, and
that is arrogant.
but I had everything to back it up with.
So I did everything.
I literally had everything to back it up
No,
with.
no, for sure.
But then it was still more so like you were so arrogant, you were blind, dummy.
I ain't calling you no dummy.
No, I'm calling myself a dummy
okay.
because
You were blind,
thank
dummy.
God all that stuff happened. Because had I left sooner, I would have never met you.
That's fact. Same.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
same,
God has everything planned out for you the way
Same.
that He plans it.
Same.
Except for some stupid stuff you do it on your own. You can't blame God for that
Yeah,
stuff.
Nah.
He put it right in front of you.
No, everything is crazy because
That's
everything
so
does happen for a reason, and I do
Mhm.
see that because like there's definitely a blessing in your lesson, right? Like whatever lesson or ill that you were wasting for X amount of time, you do have a blessing out of it, and I see
Right.
that. It's really dope because for sure,
All that cheating that you thought wasn't happening, but was really happening.
crazy. I mean, you're speaking on your sense.
Yeah. I sure am.
Yeah.
All that cheating was happening. I ain't even know.
That's crazy.
I ain't even know.
All that disrespect I was getting, I ain't even know. And well, I'm happily married and I love the woman that I married and I'm heavily married, you know what I'm saying? I'm also going to take my baby girl somewhere very spectacular and it's going to be for a good little birthday getaway and I really can't wait.
Me neither. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. We got stuff back to back to back to back.
Yeah, it is a lot, but it's not bad a lot. It's good a lot.
No, it's good a lot.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
We're going to be busy.
Yeah. I like it though.
Busy. I love it.
I like it too.
You can multitask like crazy.
You think
and
so?
I like to stay busy.
Yeah. I can't wait to play this college football game. College football just dropped today, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to college football.
Let's close this out.
Bet. Please do.
Yeah. I ain't even going to finish the questions and stuff.
Wait, there's more?
We going to finish this out another day.
All right, but episode 16, we finished, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna upload it bad, boy. And
Yeah, I think we good on time, so.
I think we're way over time.
Yeah. Same.
Hopefully it's recording right now.
Cut it out.
Take it off.
Cut it out.
Take it off.
Cut
Let
it
me
off.
cut.
Bye.
Bye. I love you.